What is abundance really? Is it manifesting anything you want? Is it a healthy exchange of resources? Let's have a little chat about this. What is abundance? We might all disagree on the specifics. For some of us, maybe abundance is having just the right amount of resources so we can live our lives and our purposes without worrying about finances. Some of us might think that it has more to do with not having a negative attitude toward money. I can identify with this. I had this kind of negative attitude for a long time, partially due to some financial difficulties that my family had for a few years when I was growing up. So I could see very well the very real cares and complications that had effects on all sorts of areas of life, including mental health and relationships. And at that point, and even well into my young adulthood, I simply thought, like, if just money didn't exist, if that wasn't a thing in the universe at all, that would be great. Which leads me into another way of viewing abundance, which is that it could be outside of anything material at all, maybe beyond it. Maybe abundance is only measured by something like the quality of the relationships we have, for example, or by something like how free we are. I think not having to worry is a universal. I think of the Jesus quote from Luke, "Don't be afraid, little flock. It is my Father's good will to give you the kingdom." And setting aside for this video what kingdom might mean, reassurance is a key feature of that saying. So as is my way, all of these views make sense to me. But for me, the essence of abundance comes down to, instead of thinking about it this way, to instead feeling into it. This feeling space is where we feel gratitude and being okay in the moment as we become present to what it is on the deepest level. And interestingly, I believe this definition, this feeling into abundance, actually fits with all those other definitions still. There's a lot of discussion around manifestation or prosperity theology or other beliefs around not having a lack mindset, and how your beliefs influence how you go out into the world, and therefore is a form of influence that you have with regard to abundance. This feeling abundance can be in line with that too. And it doesn't have an opinion on how much or how little of the material counts. It's a way of practicing and experiencing abundance rather than thinking about it. So my suggestion to you is to try this in some different ways. For example, if you're doing a gratitude list, try to make sure to also feel into it. Feel it in your heart, maybe as a feeling of warmth and safety is sometimes how it feels. Feel in your body, sometimes that feels like that sense of freedom. And the same goes for a prayer practice or a mindfulness practice. Feel into the senses that it brings up in your body and notice what that's like. That full feeling that you feel of safety, of warmth, of connection, of whatever it is that you're feeling, that feeling is abundance. And it's also the way of abundance as you go forward in your day and in your life. Please put in the comments if you have any thoughts on this way of experiencing abundance rather than thinking about it. Or if you want to add in your own definition of abundance, feel free to do that too.